you can see my screen. All right, awesome. Okay, so let's take that too. Okay, so before we get started, though you're still going to get to know who I am, meet me in full, okay? But in a brief, or my name is Chichi, because I need to tell you my name right. My name is Chinyere, okay? But I go with the name Chichi, and you're free to call me Chichi. You guys are my friends, right? So you can call me Chichi, all right? I will be your facilitator for this session. Okay, I'm going to be the facilitator for this session. And like I said, it's going to be an interactive session, knowledge-packed session. All right. So like we already know the topic, it is how data engineer collaborate with analysts, scientists, and product team. Okay, how data engineers collaborate with analysts, scientists, and product team. But before I move on, before I start talking about what data engineer is all about, I mean, all those stories, I want to first of all know how many of you that are into data engineering. Maybe like you have done one or two things on data engineering, probably you've done a training, or you are into data engineering. Yes, please. I would like to see a thumb up if you have done anything on data engineering. All right. Thank you very much. You do. Thank you. Okay. Is the only ID that is that has been that I've heard of data engineering before now? Guys, I need your reaction. Like I said earlier on, this session is going to be an interactive one. Okay. So it's going to be an interactive one. It's gonna be like a call and response kind of something. Okay. So please do not leave me alone here. All right. So okay, if you have done a data engineering thing, I just need a 1. Go ahead and write 1. But if you haven't, go ahead and write 0. I think that will be better. Okay, thank you. Please just go ahead and type. I mean, no penalty, even if you haven't. We are not penalizing anybody, all right? I can actually write 0 as well, so that will all be, all right. Thank you very much, Noah. Thank you, Damilola. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, guys, keep it coming, keep it coming. Okay, Ololade, all right. Victoria said no. Okay, I don't know, Ololade, do you want to say something, or the hand up is that you are experienced in data engineering? Okay, all right. I mean, I can see quite a number of zeros, and you guys are safe. Okay, all right, you guys are safe. This is a safe ground for everybody. Okay, and if you want to see my exciting part, just talk about data engineering. You see this space will be beaming all around. But like I said, you are safe. You are in a very, very safe ground. Okay, because what we are going to be learning here today is just more of an eye-opener, more of you getting to know what data engineering is all about, what data analytics is. And now this collaboration thing, because I believe you've heard about the collaboration thing in a company, right? So that's what we are going to be talking more on today. Okay, so once again, you all are welcome. You all are welcome. You all are welcome. So moving on to our slide. So I said that the topic today, what we are going to be treating, we are going to be looking into how data engineers collaborate with analysts, scientists, and product team. Okay, how do they work together? How does this thing work? Like, and okay, guys, so there is something that whenever I see, I'm like, what's going on here? You see some recruiter, I mean, job description, they will write that they want a data analyst. But now in that job description, you are going to see the work of a data engineer there. You're going to see a work of data scientists there, and name them. I don't know how many of you have come across such job description. Please, I need a thumb up if you've come across such. Or is it just only me? All right, all right, all right. Yes, I want to see all hands. Or is it just only I and you would have seen it? Thank you, Victoria. Thank you very much. So when you see that kind of job description, they will have data engineer work inside a data analyst job description. And I'm like, even you even get to see DevOps works as well there. And I'm like, what's going on here? What's going on here? But today we are going to be seeing how this team members, how this different team member comes together to achieve a goal. Okay, guys, are we still excited? Are we still excited to be here? Please, I want to see excitement. I want to see excitement if you're excited to be here. Awesome, 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 awesome. Thank you very much. All right. So moving on, we are here because of Amdari. Okay, Amdari made it possible for us to be here. Okay, Amdari made it possible for us to be here. And what does Amdari do? What do we do? That's the big question. What do we do? All thanks to Amdari that we are here. All thanks to Amdari that you are seeing Chichi talking to you. All thanks to Amdari that we have this platform where you are going to be learning quite a lot of things before the end of this session. Okay, so what is Amdari into? Now, because of the need for experience out there, because of the need for people that has experience out there, right? Like you go for an interview. After the interview, what they will ask you is, how many years of experience do you have? Right? Because they want to make sure that you know what you are talking about. They want to make sure that you understand. Nobody wants to bring in somebody that will come in to create more expenses for them, right? So, and that is why Amdari is here, to bridge that gap between, okay, I've learned it, right? For example, for data engineer guys, you say, I've learned about airflow, I've learned about airbytes, I've learned about all those things, and I know how to use it. Knowing how to use it and having the knowledge about it, they are like different things, right? And Amdari is now the bridge between the two of them. And that is why we are here. Okay, so Amdari gives you that experience that you need to stand out wherever you are. Okay, to give you that experience that real world recruiters, the recruiters want from you. Sorry, not want now, need from you, because if you remember your economics, they'll say the scale of preference, you have the need, we have the wants, you have all that, right? So, and we were taught, for those of us that did economics, we were taught that our need is always more important than our wants. So, Amdari gives you that thing that you need, that experience that you need to be outstanding. And what the things that we offer here, the tracks that we offer here, we have the data analytics, the data science, data engineering, and so on and so forth. Please ensure to fill the form, the attendance form that was sent to you, so that you have access to these very sheets. Okay. Okay. So now the next person is myself. Okay, my humble self. So a little bit about Chichi, or a little bit about Chinyere. All right. So I am a data engineer by profession with over 5 years of working experience, where I've worked with fintech and healthcare companies. All right. And I specialize in building robust data pipeline. Okay. Designing robust data pipelines, working with cloud services like Azure, GCP, and all that. Now, what makes you different from a data engineer and a data carpenter, guys? Because we have data carpenters and we have data engineers. So what makes you different from a data engineer, from a data carpenter, is that you are able to build a robust data pipeline. Okay, you're able to build a robust data pipeline, and that's that's the field you find Chichi in. Okay. And currently I am working I actually started as a data engineering specialist at Amdari before I got promoted to the team lead. So currently I'm the team lead for the data track. And this includes the data analyst, the data scientist, and the data engineer. So out of my knowledge, or from the basket of my knowledge, I'm going to be sharing this very experience with you. Okay, guys? Please, are you guys still excited? I want to see excitement. Like, you are pumped to listen, you are pumped to hear, you are pumped to learn more. Awesome, 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 awesome. So what are we going to be doing today? What are the things that we are going to be treating today? First, we are going to be meeting who a data engineer is. Or we're going to start with what data engineering is. Okay? Then who a data engineer is. Then we'll go ahead and meet this team. Remember, we are still talking about collaboration, right? Guys, please, I need someone to unmute and say something, right? Remember, we are still talking about collaboration, correct?
Yes.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So we are going to be, like I said, I'm coming from the field of data engineer. No partiality to the data analyst and data scientist, but I'm going to be talking more on the data engineering. Okay, though I'm still going to talk about the data analyst and data scientist and every other team member that we are going to be working with, but I'm going to be focusing a little bit on the data engineering. And reason is because I don't know if it is just only me, but I noticed that we have quite not such much number of data engineers out there. So, sorry guys, I'm going to be preaching. My gospel tonight is going to be more on the data engineering. If you're not on the data engineering track, please join us. We need you. Okay. So, the things that we are going to be talking on today is about data engineering, who a data engineer is, and then you get to meet the people that they are going to be collaborating with on a day-to-day project. Okay, on a day-to-day job, right? The people that are going to be collaborating with, or people that are going to be working with, okay? Then we'll now see how this collaboration thing works, okay? And then we'll now move on to Amdari work experience. You get to know more, hear more about Amdari work, excuse me, experience. And then for those of you that are going to be staying till the end of the session, for those of you that are going to be staying till the end of the session, we have a special offer for you. Okay, we have a special offer for you. You are going to be getting that. Okay, so guys, stay tight, stay put, do not go anywhere. Okay, so what is data engineering? Remember, that is what I said. I'm going to be being a little bit partial to the data engineering. All right. So, what is data engineering? What is data engineering, guys? Now, I'm going to use a scenario, a case scenario of this building. Okay, I'm going to use a case scenario, and which is this building. So with this building, I'm going to illustrate how data engineering works in a company, what data engineering is all about in a company, okay, and how a data engineer works, okay. So now this is a building, all right, and in this building we have different windows, or different apartments, okay. We have the toilet, we have the kitchen, we have the guest room, we have the bedroom, we have all that in this very big building. Okay. Now, we now call the plumber, or sorry, we call the drillers to come and drill water for us in the compound. They come, they drill the hole, the borehole, and everything. Now, here's the problem. How is this water going to get to this very borehole? Sorry, to this very building? How will this water get to this building? That's the problem. There is no movement going on. We have the building, we have the water borehole. Okay, sorry, for those of us that are not from Nigeria, you have your water reservoir, okay, or wherever they're distributing the water from. Okay, so we have these things, but how can we get water from our water reservoir to the building? Now you need a pipeline. You get to call a plumber or whatever to come and build the pipeline. This pipeline will connect the water that you're getting from this borehole to the building. Okay, to get the water that from this building, from the borehole into the building. Now, one thing about this pipeline here is that the plumber will ensure that the water that you are getting into the house is clean. Now, let's imagine that after the pipeline was set up, you are getting a filthy water. Would you say that is that pipeline that the plumber constructed is correct? Guys, I need a thumbs up or a thumbs down. If it is not good yet, I need a thumbs down. If it is good, I need a thumb up. Let's assume in the building now, you now went to cook, you opened your tap, and the water that was coming out from there is a bad water. Does it mean that the plumber has done a beautiful job? Fantastic. The plumber hasn't done a beautiful job. He hasn't done anything. I mean, okay, he did something, right? You can get your water, but the water is not clean yet. So the plumber is not yet done with his work. Okay. Now, guys, remember there was something I said. I said we have a data engineers and we have a data carpenters. Yeah, we have the data engineers and we have the data carpenters. So a data carpenter is going to leave this pipeline like this, but a data engineer is going to work to get a clean water. Okay, that is talking about a plumber. The right plumber will try to do whatever he or she can do to ensure that there is a clean water into the building. Okay, guys, so this is what it is. Now, let me bring it to the data ecosystem. This is your company, right? This building here is our company. And this pipeline here or water borehole here are the different silos, or is where our data is coming from. Okay, this is where our data is coming from. But remember, initially we didn't have this pipeline here. So the data is there, the company is there, but it's not the company, and the people that needed it are not getting access to it, right? Now the data engineer comes in to build the pipeline to ensure that the water coming into the building is clean, to ensure that the data that they are getting from this borehole into the company, the data that they are getting from their data source into the company is what the company needs. So this whole thing here is called data engineering. Okay, ensuring that they get a robust, error-free or clean data that the company can work with, that will enhance decision making. All right, that is that is what data engineering is all about, or the process. Okay, so when they get the data into this building, anybody in this the HR can make use of the data, the finance team can make use of the data, the operation teams can make use of their data, the admin and every other person can make use of this data. That is what we say, that is what we call the data engineering ecosystem. Is it clear, guys? Is it clear? Is it clear? I need a thumbs up if it is clear. Awesome, 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 awesome. So this is the work of a data engineer. So when you are called a data engineer, please, guys, when you want to answer that data engineer, put a swag in it, because you have something coming, right? You are the pillar of the very company, because remember, if you're not giving them the right data, everything will be messed up. So we don't want it to be a data carpenter. We want it to be a data engineer. All right. And that is why we are here for you guys. Okay. So moving forward. Now, I've just explained what data engineering is all about. I'm going to bring it into a business overview, right? Now, we have a company called an Apex Solution, okay? They are fintech, all right? Now, this fintech people, or this company, has different data coming from different sources, all right? They have data coming from different sources, and they need it to be somewhere so that they can be able to make the right decision. They need it to be available so that they can be able to make the right decision. Okay, guys, remember that I said if you want to get this very PDF, please try to fill the form, okay, so that they'll share this PDF with you. Okay. So Now, I just talked about, I said we are going to be using the company called Apex Solution to like explain this whole thing. All right. Did someone raise his or her hand, or was that a mistake? Okay, okay. So now, before the arrival of a data engineer, what was it like before the arrival of a data engineer? Now, it's not like the data scientist or the data analyst cannot get data from from the source. So this is our source. Okay, this is our source. Remember, we are using a fintech company as an example here. We have the ATM, the POS, the web app, the mobile app. People make transactions using their mobile app and everything. So this information, this data that are being generated from this data source, they are going into somewhere where a data analyst or a data scientist can actually have access to. Guys, they can, right? But here is the problem. As time goes on, the data starts increasing. And as it begins to increase, or as it begins to increase, frustration comes in, chaos comes in, like everything becomes very, very scattered and unsettled. Disorder comes in. You can see our monkey here. Like the monkey guy is so frustrated. You can see the frustration here, right? Because the data is not coming in the way it should. They are no longer getting what they want. Now I'm talking about the data analyst and data scientist, right? You can see what is going on here. They start running into error. Okay, they start running into error. Now let's assume that there is also for example, they need a real-time data. You see that that's another problem. So in order to solve this problem, the manager and the stakeholders had to sit down to have a discussion, and they're like, how are we going to solve this problem? What are we going to do so that our data will have a central storage? We need somebody that is going to help us arrange this data, get this data from these different sources, from the ATM, from the POS, from the web app, from the mobile app, all this data, we need to put it together somewhere, okay? So that our data analysts and data scientists and also our product team can have access to it, okay? To solve this problem, all right? Now, the next thing is we have our data engineer. I need a drum roll, guys. Now, the drum rolls, brrr, here comes the data engineer to save the day, okay? Here comes our data engineer to save the day. And that asks the question, what is the work of a data engineer? What does he or she do in a company? We say that data engineers, that they are specialists that design, they build and manage infrastructures and systems. They manage how to get this data from these different sources, okay? They manage how to get this data from these different sources and then put it together in one place called the data storage, so that the data analyst, the data scientist, the product team, the stakeholder can have access to it easily. Remember, they build that pipeline. If you remember our example, I mean, the first illustration that I gave, they build that pipeline. Bringing in clean water, bringing in clean data sets, so that right decision will be made. And this will help the company to grow. Okay, so now we have the data engineers. They've come to save the day. They collect data from these different sources. Okay, we call this data source. All right, they collect data from these different sources. That is, and collecting or getting this data is called extraction, guys. It's called extraction. Excuse me. It's called extraction. You extract the data. Okay, you transform it. Now let's assume we want to do an ETL process. You extract the data, you transform it, and then you load it into a data warehouse or data storage. Let me use the word data storage here. Okay, this data storage can be your data warehouse. It can be your data, it can be your lake. Okay, it can be your data lake, it can be your data warehouse, it can be your database, but that is where data is being stored. Okay. Now, since this data now have a bigger space for it to store, right? Let's assume we are using a data warehouse. It has a bigger space for it to store. You now have a structured data that analysts and scientists and the product team and the stakeholders can easily connect to and see what is going on. Okay, so you can see our guys are happy. All right, the data analysts, the data scientists, and the product team, they are now what? Happy. That is the work of a data engineer. After the arrival of the data engineer, we're able to get this thing. Okay, so you as a data engineer going into any company, you should have the mindset that you are coming in to solve problem and not to create problem. Guys, are we still together? Are we still together? Am I communicating, guys? Please, I need a thumb up. I need a thumb up.
Yes,
Awesome,
yes, we have.
awesome, awesome. Thank you. So now moving on. Remember our topic. We are still talking about collaboration. You guys have heard about the data engineers, right? You've heard about the data engineers, what they do, how they work, and everything. What's basically why they are needed in a company. We've done that. Now, how do these people collaborate with other team members? Because they don't work alone, all right? They do not work alone. A data engineer cannot, only a data engineer cannot be in a company because after you get the data, what next? Right? So it is not yet done. The service, I mean, the work of that data is not yet completed until it gets to people that needs it. Okay, that is when you say that you as a data engineer, you can tap yourself at the back and be like, well done job, Chichi, you've done a great job. Well done job, I am Ido, you've done a great job. Well done job, Noah, you've done a great job. Okay, so now who are these people that needs this data? All right, who are these people that needs this data? One, we have the product team, okay? And this product team, people comprises of your product designers, your business analysts, your project managers, all of these people, we kind of put them together, we categorize them under the product team, okay? Next, we have the data engineer. I've talked about the data engineer, so I'm not sure I need to go back there, right? So I've talked about the data engineer, and now what we use, the tools that we use includes the SQL, the Airflow, the Python. You have to be a Python coder. I mean, it's like 80 to 70% of whatever you are doing as a data engineer. That is, excuse me. Okay. Now, for the product team, the project managers, they use things like Confluence for their project management tools, and the designers, they use the Canva and every other thing that they use is for their work. Okay. Now we also have the scientists. Okay. We have the scientists who makes use of also Python. All right. They make use of Python. They make use of machine learning tools and all that. Okay. Then we also have the data analyst. Okay, the data analyst, they make use of Excel, Power BI, and all that. And what does a data analyst do? What does a data scientist do? That should be the next question, right? So a data analyst creates, now they've gotten this data that you as a data engineer provided. They will go ahead and work on that data, okay, to create dashboards, to create reports, to give insight into this very data. Okay, that's what a data analyst will do. And the data scientist also does same, however, takes it a bit notch or to do predictive modeling with it. Okay, well, if we continue like this, we are going to fall into loss. If we continue like that, we are going to fall into, we are going to gain more customers. This is what a data analyst, a data scientist do. Okay, so these are the different things that you as a data engineer get to work with every day. Okay, or it could be every day, but basically on every project. All right. Then you have the project manager that is there to coordinate the project, give the time frame, the expected time frame of each project and all that. But no worries, we are still going to go in to see how they work fully. Okay. So now what is collaboration? Guys, I want somebody to just chip in. What is collaboration? Who am I gonna call? Yeah, Okay, Noah, can you tell us what is collaboration? I mean, just a simple, no stress, right? Just tell us, to you, when you hear the word collaboration, what does it mean? Please go ahead. You can unmute yourself.
Okay, good evening.
Good
Collaboration to
evening.
me, it means when you partner with someone. Uh, I mean, you partner with someone with the sole aim of having the same, I mean, common goal, to achieve the same common goal.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. This is fantastic. This is fantastic. Okay, yes, that's it, right? You work with somebody. You work in coordination with somebody to achieve a common goal. So you're going to be working with a data analyst, you're going to be working with a data scientist, you're going to be working with the product team to achieve one goal. Okay? Remember, you are not getting this data that you as Noah likes to work with. Or we are not getting data that, oh, Mary loved this very particular column. I think I like this table. That's what I'm going to be using. No, it is not how it is done in a company. All right. The company are going to set out things that they need. And you as a data engineer, you're going to be working based on that particular requirement. Okay, based on that particular requirement. And every other team that you're going to be working with will be working based on that word particular requirement, so that all of you will be able to achieve a goal. Okay, so now the next question is this. I mean, like, just like my guy here, he's asking, how does this collaboration even work? Okay, fine, I'm a data engineer, I get the data, what next? Right? Maybe I might have said about it a little bit. I mean, but yeah, I've chipped it. I might have chipped it in one or two places, but in details now, how does this collaboration thing work? Right? How do they even work? How do they collaborate with each other? Okay. And that will bring us to this very part. Okay. Now, like I said earlier on, there is going to be a meeting between this four set of teams or different set of persons. It can be more than four actually, with the stakeholder. Okay. All of you are going to sit in a round table. Okay. You sit on a round table, you discuss. The project manager will be the one coordinating the project, right? You see it. But first, the stakeholders are going to tell us what they want. Okay. For example, they'll be like, okay, we want you to get us the customer table, we want you to get us the product table, and let's say we want to get the ID from the product table, we want to get the ID, we want to get the category, we want to get, you know, they just make mentions of the things that they need after the product designers have done their own work, right? So you as a data engineer, they will not tell you, okay, these are the things that we want. These are the business requirements. We want to get how many customers, or we want to get our customers database. We want to get a customer database. Okay. So you as a data engineer, you now get to work to get this database. Okay. To get this what? Database. Remember what I said? I said you are not working based on what you feel like getting, but rather what the stakeholder wants. And this is the work of, I mean, the product team will be the one to give you directives or directions on, okay, these are the things that we want. These are where these are the columns that we are going to be needing. Let's say, for example, this customer, they input their names. Okay, we want to get their names, we want to get their IDs, we want to get their account details. Okay, so you as a data engineer, you're going to create a pipeline that will extract this information. Okay, you get this data pipeline, you mean you create this data pipeline that will extract this what information. Guys, if you read through this slide, you're going to see what I said, I mean what I'm trying to explain. Okay, so you as a data engineer, you create the pipeline to extract this very data. It could be either coding, or maybe if you're using a low code kind of tool, right? Or if you're using a coding, I mean a Python full coding tool, that's fine. So, but this time around, you are concentrating on the requirements. You are concentrating on the things that the stakeholders or the product team requested for. Now, once you are done with that, project managers will check it. Okay, yes, we've gotten our data into the database. Remember the process that I explained earlier on. Okay, remember the process that I explained earlier on, how the data engineer gets the data, they take it to the data storage. Okay, now you as the data engineer, you've done that part. You've done your part. All right. Now the data analysts go there to see what you have created for them. And they go over it and be like, okay, this one works, this is fine. However, there is something missing. Probably maybe mistake happens, right? Or something skipped, or maybe they did not mention it earlier on. Be like, okay, we want to get number of we want to get the whatever serial number. Let me just use the word serial number. We want to get the serial number of each customer. But remember, initially it wasn't there. You as a data engineer, you go back to create another line that will get that serial number. Okay, this is still the part of the data engineer. And then the data analyst will be like, okay, fantastic, we get what we want here. They'll go ahead and do whatever they want to do. I mean, do their work. That is to create the dashboard, to create a report with that. Okay. Now, there is still communication going on with the product team. On each step, there is communication going on with the product team to ensure that these steps are being followed, these requirements are being followed. Okay, now I'm focusing on the project manager, right? I'm focusing on the project manager because the project manager has the requirements, all the things that the stakeholder needed, right? So the project manager is going to be ensuring that, okay, the data engineers got the data that is needed. The data analysts were able to give the reports that will be helpful to the company. Okay, now the data scientists will be like, okay, this is cool. Let's go ahead and use this data to do some predictive analysis. Okay, they also start doing their own gymnastic works, use their tools as well, their machine learning tools, and do their modeling to identify the sales patterns and all that. Okay, that is how the data scientist comes into this very collaboration thing. Okay, that's how the data scientist also comes into this collaboration thing to ensure that the requirements, the business requirements, that goal. Now, let's assume that there is a fall in sales. By the time this set of persons work together, there will be a solution on how to increase sales. Okay, there will be a solution on how to increase sales. Now, there was this example, but no worries. We are going to go to our into our main Google Classroom so that will show you a project that our consultants worked on. All right. But now let me give another example. Let's assume that a company started having low sales. Okay. And what they are into is production of sweatshirts. I remember that sweatshirt sales during cold weather, right? And because of they are currently in the hot weather, the sweatshirts wasn't booming. Business wasn't going well. Now, the data engineer gets this very data, identifying, showing so that the data analyst can be able to do the analysis. Now, after getting the data, the analysts did their report and discovered that there is a drop in sales. Okay. The data scientists jump into this very data or jump into this very case now, into this scenario, use their machine learning their machine learning model to do some modeling. And now be like, oh, this is the reason why we are having this low sales. Okay, this is the reason why we are having this low sales. Probably because we do not attend to customers on time, or because this is the weather period. Now let's increase the production of sleeveless. Okay, that is where the data scientist comes in with the data that the data engineer created. All right, they were able to do this prediction. All right, and the product manager will be like, okay, this is fantastic, and the product or project manager moves on to tell the logistics guys, okay, or the production guys, okay, this is the kind of thing that we need for this season. And before you know what is happening, everybody's smiling. The stakeholders are smiling. The workers are also smiling because they were being paid. There is this now, my boss will always say that they are paying you arm robber salary, right? So everybody's being paid the arm robber's salary. But that's a joke, guys. I mean, like, your salary is high. Okay. So that's how this set of persons collaborate. Any question, guys? Any question on this collaboration thing? Is it understood? Is it cleared? Before we move on, is it cleared? All right.
Yes, it's clear.
Awesome, Noah. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, now let's take a peek at a collaborative project, okay, that involved the data engineer, the data analyst, the data scientist, and the product team. This was a project that our consultants worked on, okay? And believe you me, after working on it, they were more than excited, because this is showing them what is going on in a real company. Okay, so I'm going to quickly take you guys to our Google Classroom. This is my Google Classroom, but I've already opened the PDF file. Okay, because of time, I've already opened it. So I am not going to start from the beginning, but I'll just try to give a briefing on what the project is all about. Okay, based on the title there, you can see that it's about a FinGuard bank. That's the name of the bank. All right, it's about fraud detection. Okay, I mean, this is something that you always see. This is about fraud detection system for credit card transaction. Whenever there is fraud activity going on anybody's card, why it is being detected easily, or how it is being detected easily, you are going to see how this whole thing works here. Guys, are we excited to see this through? Are we excited? Are we excited? Awesome, 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 awesome. All right, so I just gave a short brief about, a brief explanation of what the company is all about. Like I said, it's a fintech company, and this project is all about fraud detection. Okay, so I'm going to quickly go over to, meanwhile, this is how our project comes. All right, this is how our project comes. We put it into a PDF file. We try to explain what the project is all about, the company overview, why you are doing the project that you are doing. Okay, which is very, very important. In anything that you want to do, remember I said something about this product manager sitting with the stakeholder, or everybody sitting together to understand or to know the reason why they are working on that particular thing, or why they are trying to work on that particular project. So we give that here. Okay, we try to bring that in as well. We try to explain, why are you doing this project that you are doing? Why are you even collaborating in the first place? Right? We try to explain that so that it will enhance more relationship amongst the team. Okay. All right. So I want to go over to the. Okay, so I'm going over to the technical tool, stack tools that was used in this very project. So we have that of data engineering team. Okay, we have that of the data analytics team. We have that of the data science team. We have that of the product team. Okay, so for this data engineering, what they used was, what they used as their data warehouse was Snowflakes. Okay, they used Snowflakes. An account was created and access was given to them. Okay, they used Snowflakes, and also because this is a real-time detection kind of project, a real-time streaming project, Kafka was used. Okay, Kafka was used. The data engineer implemented Kafka. They used Kafka to stream the data. All right, to stream the data. And this whole thing was built up using Docker. It was containerized. All right. And where this data, because remember, if you remember our drawing, my illustration, I showed you guys different data sources, right? So in this case now, our data source is the Postgres. Okay, that is where our data is coming from. So they are using Kafka to stream data from this very Postgres to now take it to Snowflake, where every other person, every other team member can connect to. Okay, where every other team member can connect to. Remember, this data is coming from different places and it was being brought together and saved inside your data storage by the data engineer. Okay, so this is what the data engineer did. I just kind of briefly, talked about it. It's still the same explanation that I gave earlier on about the work of a data engineer. Okay, but in this case now, the tools that they used were Kafka to stream the data. It's a live data, so they are streaming the data. Okay, Shen, your hand is up.
Yeah, I think it was a mistake. Sorry.
Oh, okay, all right, no problem. All right, so after my data engineering team were done getting this data, okay, getting this their data from the Postgres, from wherever the data is coming from, that's the data source, right? They got them there, got them from there, and now created a clean pipeline to take it to the data, to the Snowflakes. All right. Now, I'm thinking of a little bit deep dive of what a data engineer would do here. Okay, or what they did here was to get this data using Kafka, and they have a place inside this Snowflakes. We have the first place called staging. Okay, we have the first place called staging where the raw data is being saved. All right, where the raw data was being kept. No transformation, no anything was done there. Before they now went ahead to write another line of code to transform the data. It was a JSON data, right? So they had to transform it to make it structured. And you already know your JSON format is always a semi-structured data, right? So to make it structured so that your data analyst can be able to jump into it. So that your data analyst, your data scientist can be able to work with it. So they had to change that data from a JSON format into a structured format, okay, into the production. Now they created the first staging. Remember I said they created a schema called staging. Now they created the second schema called production. So in this production, that is where they saved the clean data, okay? And it was this production that they gave access, that they gave the data analyst and data science access to, okay? So these are the works of the data engineer. That is what the data engineer guys, the engineering guys did in this very project, okay? That's what they did in this very project. Now, moving on, after getting this data, this transformed data into the production schema, and my data engineering team guys were able to create credentials for the data analyst guys to connect to. They use that credential to connect to the Snowflakes. Remember, I said that the data warehouse or this data storage that we used here was Snowflakes. So the data analyst connected to these Snowflakes, wrote their SQL queries to create table, to do some aggregation, to work on it basically, and create dashboard. Okay, that's what they did in this very part. All right, and the data scientist also connected to these very Snowflakes. Remember the schema I talked about, the production schema. They connected to the production schema and were able to also get their data from there to do their machine learning language. Now, what was the thing that they tried to achieve here? Okay, I'm going to respond to that. All right, I'm going to respond to your question. I saw it, but please just call my attention back to it once I'm done here. Okay, so the machine learner, the data scientist connected to these very Snowflakes as well. Okay, they went ahead to do their modeling. What will happen for an alarm to be raised? Okay, what will happen for an alarm to be raised to call the attention of the security guards? Let me just use the word security guard in this case, to tell them that something is going on in this very guy's card. Okay, that is the work of a data scientist. The data scientist do their own machine learning coding to give predictions of, okay, if this kind of thing happens, if there is a constant access to this card, maybe because of the person entered password 5 times and it was all wrong, blow the alarm. Okay, blow the alarm, ring the bell. Okay, and let's say this person keeps removing, deducting money or buying stuffs anyhow, blow the alarm. All right, so these are the things that the data scientists will put into place. These are the codes that these are the things that they need to put into place, or write the code that they need to write, or create that very model. Okay, that is how these guys come together. Remember the product team now that's talking about our the project manager. Remember I was saying that I'm going to be using the project manager from this very team. So the project manager marks that, okay, the data engineers have gotten the data, check. They've stored it into the data warehouse, check. Our data analysts are able to access this data warehouse, check. They are able to create a dashboard, check. Our data scientists were able to connect to it, check. They were able to do their modeling, check. And the modeling works fine, check. You see that all these things, by the time that everybody is done putting the whole thing together, you see that this project becomes a complete team work. Okay? All right, so that is what they did. Time wouldn't permit me. I think I have okay, but this is just basically what they get to work with. This is one of the collaborative projects that they worked on. Okay, and they also get to do their, the day they were doing their presentation, I was amazed. Like, it was beautiful seeing this set of persons doing this presentation. It was fantastic, guys. It was fantastic seeing them saying that, okay, I was able to do this, I was able to use that, I was able to do that, and this is my outcome. The data scientist guy came in, did his own thing, talked about how he was able to do his testing and how he was able to do his predictive analysis and stuff like that. All right, so that is it for the collaborative project. Okay, so before I move on to my next slide, there was a question asked. Okay, there was a question asked. Let me see if I can see that. So let me quickly answer that. Just curious, where does Airflow come in here, and what are the alternative of Airflow on cloud platform like AWS and Azure? Fantastic question. This is a very good question. So now, Airflow is used for orchestration. Okay, Airflow is used for orchestration, and Airflow is used in batch data processing. Like they will always tell you, in as much as sometimes we data engineers, we love to use it for real-time projects thing, but getting of data, yeah. But they will always tell you that Airflow is for batch processing. So tools are meant to be used where they are meant to be used. Okay, so Airflow is a batch processing data. But what we used here was a real-time tool, which is the Kafka. Okay, we use the real-time tools. Now let's assume that after getting this data, right, you want to take it to another storage, but not in real time. You can now use Airflow for it. Okay, Dami, is that clear? Awesome, awesome. So for this now, for AWS is Kinesis. Okay, use Kinesis there. But they also have Airflow in AWS. So use Airflow. All right, you have Airflow in Google Cloud, which is the Composer. Use it there as well for the GCP. That's the cloud, the GCP, right? The Google Cloud platform. Okay, okay. Sorry?
How about for Azure? Does it have Airflow?
Azure. Yes, it does. It does. Okay. But now, Azure also have ADF, which is the Azure Data Factory. It's also an orchestrating tool there. Okay, so I mean, for Azure, it's better you use ADF because that is what it is meant for. So if you want to do orchestration, use your ADF, which is fantastic. All right. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, guys. So let's move on. So I've shown you guys the collaborative thing, how it goes on. Whoops, I was trying to see if we can beat the time. But yeah. But how are we still together? Are we still together, guys? Are we still together? I want to see your thumbs up. Awesome, 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 awesome. Okay, so now let's move on, right? Now there was okay, Chukwemeka, is that a question?
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, I think why you are mentioning the tools you use to extract those data, I was thinking PubSub should be better for GCP.
Sorry, you said what?
PubSub for GCP.
Yes, yes. You can use PubSub. That's for real time.
Okay.
You can even use your event hub as well.
Okay. As against Composer.
But those are real time. Yes,
Okay.
but those are real time. They are not batch. They are not for batch.
Okay.
Okay,
So
these are real time data extracting tools.
for batch.
Please go on.
For batch, use Composer, right?
Yes. So for batch, that's for the Google Cloud, right?
Yeah. GCP.
Use Composer.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. And then Event Hub for your Azure, yes, for streaming, live streaming data. Okay, so now, guys, I know that after showing you this thing and explaining the tools that they used, some of you that are not into it are kind of, how am I going to do this? Is this even possible? So I'm going to be showing you some testimonials, okay, of people that were once like you, like that didn't have any prior knowledge of all these tools. Okay, they know bits based on the training that they did, but they've not seen it work in real life. Okay, so, and that is the next part that we are going to be going into. Okay, so we are going to be moving on to the testimonial parts. You're going to be seeing, excuse me, you're going to be seeing some testimonials from our student, our consultants, people that got a job. We have someone like Ade. This is one of my interns. I'm super proud of this guy. Ade, who, he doesn't have any background knowledge on data engineering. On anything computer actually, or IT. No background on it earlier on, right? But after some couple of months, when I see Ade's progress, it's not only Ade actually. I have Mr. Sam, I have Mr. Steve, and many of them. Not only them, right? Like when I see their progress, it gives me this joy because I know where they are coming from. These are people that did not have any prior knowledge on what data engineering, I'm talking about data engineering this time around, on data engineering is all about. Okay, so this was the message that he sent. You can see that this just happened October. That is this month, right? He had this interview, and now we are hoping for something good. He had the second one today. Actually, he had the second one today. He gave me a message that that the second one hold, and he's hopeful. So I am praying with him that that one also come out successful. Now we have Oluseun, who is a data analyst. Okay, with just what he did, like, okay, here at Amdari, like we do a full training when you do not have any prior knowledge. No, remember when I was trying to explain the work of Amdari, I said you have done your training, right? Either self-taught or maybe you attended some online courses and stuff like that. You've done the training, you've had the knowledge, you have the knowledge already, but you do not have the experience. So when you come in, when we start introducing you to all these projects, when we start giving you this real life scenarios to work with, you see that you are able to defend it. You're able to speak more on this too because you worked on it, right? Because you worked on it. So that is one beautiful thing about all these guys now that we are sharing their testimonials with you, okay? So this is Oluseun. Oluseun also got a job as a data analyst, currently working. and all these guys are based in UK. Ade is actually based in Canada. All right. Now we also have Dami. Dami is excited about his based on where he was coming from. He doesn't have any knowledge on SQL. Guys, no worries. We are going to share this with you so that you go over it and read it very well. So that I'm just trying to let you know that you are not, do not be baffled or do not feel intimidated based on the tools that I listed out, okay? Or based on the things that I said that they did. Do not get intimidated. Do not be intimidated, guys. We are here for you, okay? We are here for you. All right, so that is it from Dami. Now we have Jerry. Okay, we have Jerry. Jerry also got a job as a data analyst. Okay, even before he joined, he just had the knowledge on data engineering, but no experience to prove himself. Okay, there was no experience to prove himself that, okay, I know how to do this. I know how to work on this. And that's one beautiful thing about Amdari. Okay, we give you that experience. Now, another thing is not just about giving you the experience. We also show you how to express yourself, because you get to do your project presentation, right? You get to do your project presentation. So when you are doing this presentation, you are building your skill, okay? You are building that skills that the recruiters need. Like when you are talking, they'll be like, yes, this guy knows what he's saying, okay? So that is it from Jerry. Now, it's like I'm talking more on the testimonial parts. I don't want us to deviate that much, but I just want to show you that it is possible. You can do it. All right, you can do it. I believe in you. You can do it. Absolutely do it. Okay, so before now, where were we before the plot thickened? I mean, where were we before we moved into the testimonial parts? We're talking about collaboration, right? We're talking about collaboration. I showed you guys how we collaborate in a company. I showed you guys the projects that we worked on. Okay, first of all, I started with telling you what a data engineer is and how the data engineer collaborates with this set of persons, with these different teams in the company, right? And now, next thing that we are going to be talking about is the challenge. Now, definitely, there will always be how can you work as a team? Now, guys, one thing you should know is that in every job description, I'm still going to show it to you guys. They will always ask you if you have the skill to work collaboratively with others. Even sometimes they ask you an interview question to know if you have worked with others. Okay, to know if you have worked with others, if you're able to work with others. And they're expecting you to give them that response based on your knowledge of working with others. Okay, guys, are we still together? Are we still together? Please, I need your reaction to know that we are still here. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so now what are these challenges that you are going to be facing, and how do you work as a team? Okay, remember teamwork. Collaboration is all about teamwork. Now let's assume that your your project manager is not there to give you the right requirement. You see, that's a problem. That's a huge problem, right? Now, first thing is how to work in a team collaboration. We talk about clear communication and alignment of goals. Remember what I said when I started? I said, I am not working based on what Chichi wants. We are not going to be working. I'm not getting data based on what Chichi wants. We are not going to be getting data based on what Noah wants. We are not going to be getting data based on what Mary wants or what Ido wants. No, we are not doing that. We are getting data based on what the instruction given, based on what the company wants. Okay, so there have to be a clear communication and alignment of goal so that a data engineer will be able to get what is needed. Okay, now the next one, and not just only this data engineer, so that even data analyst that is creating a dashboard or creating a report will be able to work with what is needed. All right, same with the data scientist as well. So imagine you want to know why we are having low sales. and a data scientist is coming up with a prediction of why this particular market is sales high. I'm just giving an instance. We want to know why a particular sales is going low, and the scientist is bringing up a different thing entirely. You see that there is no clear communication. There is no clear communication, and the goal, there is no alignment of goals. Okay, so when you are working in a team, it's important to have a clear communication. Let everybody understand what everybody is trying to say. Okay, there needs to be a set. There needs to be a timeline of, okay, this is what we want. All right. Now, another thing is version control and collaborative tools. Now, for we data engineers, we have a version control tools. Now, talk about your GitHub, talk about your Azure DevOps and all that. These are where you can do your version controlling, where each, maybe a previous data was being saved. If something happens, you can always go back to the previous data that you had, that you have brought in, or before you tampered with the data. Okay, so version controlling is always important, all right, to set up when you are working in a collaborative environment. Okay, now you as a data engineer, there should be a seamless data access and governance. Now, guys, remember when I was talking about when I was talking about the collaborative project that they worked on, I said that access was created for a data analyst and also data scientist. Now, remember, I made mention of something. I said the product schema or the production schema was what they were giving access to, not the staging schema. Okay, not the staging schema. Reason is because so that they don't end up messing up with our data. Okay, so that they don't end up messing up with our data. So you only give them access to the only needful data. You only give them access to the table that they need. All right, you only give them access to the table that they need. If it is the finance team, give them access to just only the finance table or the finance mat or the finance team. Sorry, table. Okay, you give them access to that one. That is what we call governance. Now they have to be a seamless data access. These guys should be able to access their data. Okay, they don't always have to call you that, oh, Chichi, we are not able to get access to our data any longer, or Noah, we can't have access to our data any longer, and stuff like that. All right, though it may happen, but you should always be there to rectify such issue whenever it comes up. Any question, guys? How team work in it? How to work in a team collaboration? Any question? Any question? Any question, guys? Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? A thumbs up, please. If we are good, a thumbs up. All right. All right. Thank you very much, guys. You guys are the best. You guys are the best. Okay. So now the next thing we are going to be talking about is importance of collaboration skills. Why do you need it? Why do you need it? I think I am good with knowing the skills, right? I'm good with knowing just the tools. You are good, but you are not good. Okay. Time wouldn't permit me. I would have taken us to this very site itself, but I just had to take a screenshot of them so that we'll get to see it here. Okay. You see that these people need someone that is able to join the team, a collaborative, high-performing group of data engineers, a data engineer that is able to join this team and continue with the collaborative teamwork. Okay, so it is important in every company. Every company needs someone that can work as a team member. All right, not someone that will be dancing which of the dance now when they are beating a willow, the person is dancing makosa. No, we don't need that. We are beating a willow, you have to dance a willow for us as well. Okay, so that is it. That's the team collaboration. Okay, so for the data analyst, like every job that you see, guys, you can take it to test. All right, you can go out there and check it out. Every job that you see, you always see that you need someone that can collaborate, someone that is ready to collaborate with others, someone that is ready to work hands in hand with others. All right, so that is it for the importance of collaboration skills. And another thing, another beautiful thing is about, I mean, everything has its spice, right? If you decide to go in as a data analyst, you have your salary average, okay, which is 36,291 per year. This is not from me, okay? This is not from me. This is from Glassdoor and Indeed. Okay, I got this information from Glassdoor and Indeed, and they are for 2025, October precisely. Okay, that this is their average salary. So imagine having this as your average salary. But I know that there are some of my ogas that get more than this, right? That get more than this. I'm talking about the data engineers that get more than $55. I mean, $55,748 annually. Okay, so just start from somewhere. All right, you have to start from somewhere. Same with the production manager and also the business analyst. I mean, these are the spikes. These are the top of the icing. Okay, when you start as any of these very team members. All right. So moving on. We still have more stories, more success stories from our Amdari consultants. Some of them got a job within the 2 months staying with us. They got a job. Okay, like Temi got a job, I think, in her 3rd month with us. She got a job as a data analyst, and this is because she used actually she used her project, the project that they did during one of their project showcase. She shared it. She did her presentation on that project, and after that, she was called with a job offer. Okay. All right. And then we also have Francis. Francis is a data analyst. I'm sorry, a data analyst. Yeah. He's a data scientist, actually. He's a data scientist. Okay. And Francis got a job within some couple of months staying with us. All right. And he was able to defend himself because he had a wonderful specialist that was holding his hand. I mean, all these people were able to get this job because of the specialists that they had with them, right? People that are ready to show them the nitty-gritty of each track that you want to go with, all right? For the data scientists, the data analysts, the data engineers, we have people that are there to hold your head, tell you that you see this journey, we can work it together, okay? So the journey wasn't rosy, it wasn't rosy, but they were ready to put in that effort. And this is their success story. Okay. So finally, I've learned all these things. You say, yeah, I've learned it. I've learned these skills. I mean, I've learned these skills. I know about airflow. I just love it that this set of persons were responding with the tools, right? Someone talked about pub and sub. Someone talked about airflow. Someone talked about composer and all that. I mean, this shows that you guys are already into it, right? Fine, you know all these things. Now, what next? Okay, what next? What do you need to do so that the recruiters will trust you? Because that's the thing, especially for data. When it comes to data track, they want to know that you are able to do what they want you to do. You are able to get them the right data. Because if you mess up, there's a problem, right? If you mess up, if your pipeline is not clean enough, if there is no seed there, you're going to be giving them dirty water, which is what we are trying to avoid. So how do you go about it? What do you do? Chichi, where and how do I gain this work experience? You've been talking about this work experience. You can see my guy here, he's kind of pondering. I know some of you are in this position, right? You're like, okay, teacher, I've known how to do this. I know what airflow is. I know what pub sub is. I know what EC2 is. I know all these things, but how can I use it? Like, I want to be grounded so that I can be able to defend it, right? And that is where we bring this to you, which is Amdari, okay? Which is Amdari. And like I said earlier on, Amdari is just the bridge. Like, this is a definition that when you are attacked, even while you are sleeping, you can always see it. Why? When you ask yourself, why am I joining Amdari? The first thing that will come to your mind is because I want to get that experience that I need to be outstanding. Now, there is this joke that I heard sometime. I think it was early this year. Okay. So they were asking the woman, why do you want us to employ you? Why do you want us to employ you? Why do you want to join this company? Do you know what she said? Guys, you know what her response was? Because I am one in town, right? I mean, there is no to me. It's only me. Okay. So, and you need confidence to say that. Actually, that was a joke. Though. I mean, I believe it was a joke when I watched it because it was funny to me. But I had to go back and ask myself, but this is like real life thing, right? When they ask you, why do you want to come to our company? Why do you want to join our company? Because we have more than 10 persons fighting for the seat. Why should we go with you? You need to prove to them that you are one in town. Like you are just, in fact, without you, there is no other person. And that is what Amdari is here for you, to give you that experience, to make you, to equip you to be one in town. Okay, guys. So Amdari, your career rebrand platform. Okay, so we have the interns, we have our packages, and we have, when you add all these things together, it gives you the job that you are looking for. Okay, now we have the Rev, which is this particular one that I'm talking about, the internship, the virtual internship, which is 100% fully remote. Okay, it is 100% fully remote. When you join eventually, we have days that you're going to be meeting, we have your projects you're going to be working on, you have someone that is going to hold you by the hand and walk you through the process. Okay, so now, but if you want more information, my colleague is going to take up on that, to talk more on that, but let me just round up with this, then we will move on. Okay, so now we have Amdari Learn. Let's say you are done, you've done your training, but you kind of forget one or two things. With our websites where we have this Amdari Learn, you can always go back and learn more. It's just like a crash courses that we have there, right? They're like crash courses that we have there that you can always use to review or kind of remind yourself some of the tools that you've learned. Okay, so that is it. Now, the packages that comes with this when you join Amdari is the employability services. Okay, so these guys that I showed you, now there was one that I showed you that her CV, I mean her LinkedIn was looking fantastic, right? So you get to do a LinkedIn optimization. Okay, you have a session, someone that is going to hold you by the hand and review your LinkedIn, help you to review your LinkedIn. Okay, and also your CV revamping. Okay, we have the employability team that will help you to revamp your CV. They'll show you how to revamp your CV. Now, one beautiful thing about Amdari is that we don't just do weights at your back. No, we show you how to do it so that you can as well do it even after you are not here with us anymore, right? So your CV will be revamped and also reviewed. Now, guys, like right now, as I'm talking to you, a fantastic session is going on, which is our mentorship session, which holds every Thursday. Okay, which holds every Thursday, and then this career coaching, which is the one we are currently on, right? But these mentorship sessions, they are for our consultants when you join the band, okay, or regard you as a consultant. Okay, guys, here we don't see them as interns, but rather we see them as consultants. Okay, so you can see that you are no longer, I mean, your level has changed once you join us. We are no longer just an intern, but rather a consultant. Okay, so now the next thing is the interview preparation. When you have your interview coming up, we'll prepare you for it. All right, we prepare you for it. And also we have job references. If there's any job that comes up, we can always refer you. And we have a job board, even in our website, that you can always use to apply for jobs. Okay, all right. Then the on-job support, even when you get the job, there's something going on, you can always reach out to your specialist and they will assist you with that. All right, those are the packages that comes with you joining as an intern or as a consultant. Okay, so now this job board, I talked about the job board that we have in our website. Okay, with this job board, you are able to apply for jobs. All right, you are able to set up your portfolio as well. Okay, and in this job board, we have jobs from LinkedIn, we have jobs from Glassdoor, we have jobs from FlexJob, GitHub, mentioned them, right? We have them in this our job board, so you can always apply for job through this very job board. Any question, guys? Any question before we move on? Okay, so the employability skills, I just talked about it. I said we have the review and revamp, CV review and revamp, LinkedIn optimization, and also we show you how to navigate the job market, the interview preparation, the mentorship session, the job reference letter. Now, beautiful thing, another thing, guys, as you are here with us, excuse me, when you apply for job and you need a job reference letter, we'll always provide you with job reference letter, okay, for 2 years. Okay, next is the on the job support. Like I said earlier on, we have the on the job support. Now, another thing is the reference letter. Like I said, we'll give you a reference letter, and believe you me, this letter that you are seeing here, they are from people that applied for job. They always reach out to us. When you use us as a reference, they will always reach out to confirm if it is real or not. Okay. All right. So this is it for the reference letter that I said we always have 2 years reference letter for you. So join an internship that collapsed the learning curve. Okay. We have our stakeholder meetings. There will always be a feedback for you in every of your project that you're working on. They will always give you feedback. Okay. You get to work with real business challenges, and then you work with real tools. You see this airflow that we made mention of. You see this Kafka. You guys can see from our projects that they worked with Kafka, they worked with Snowflake. You will see them at work there. Okay. And now another thing about this internship project and program is that it spans for 4 months. Okay, it spans for 4 months, but our reference letter is for 2 years. So such that even when you are done with us, we'll still give you, you still stand a chance for the reference later. Okay, so and that would bring us to our next slide. Remember guys, when I was listing out my table of contents, I said for those of us that are going to be staying till the end, that there is something for you. Okay, and which is our next cohort is starting on 8th of November, which is next week Saturday. And originally, to onboard for this very program, you pay £500. Okay, you pay £500, but we are doing Black Friday discount offer. I was thinking that you guys would have blown the siren now. I mean, like throw up some celebration thing. So thank you. Okay, all right. So you, instead of this 500, you are going to be paying £299. And guys, this is a limited offer. Like I said, for those of you that are going to be staying till the end, this is for you. So instead of £500, please do not sleep on this. I'm like, if you did not take any other thing that I'm saying here, please take this. All right. But I know you already took all the things I've been saying. This is £299 instead of £500. A whole £200 was removed from here. Now imagine, sometimes I wonder, I'm like, huh? People that paid £500, if they see this, what are they going to say? But guys, this is for you, okay? this is for you. So please rush it now. Okay, rush it now and try to book yourself for the next cohort. And if maybe you still need some clarification, if you still need some clarification, please go ahead. There is a form that was shared in the meeting link now, the chat link now. For clarity, you can go ahead and book for clarity. Okay, you can go ahead and book for clarity session where you ask more questions. Okay, either you want to come in as a data analyst or data scientist or data engineer or business analyst or project management or the cybersecurity part. If you want to come in for any of them, you can always book a session to get more clarification if you want that. All right. But you can still go ahead and make your payments right about now that the offer is still going on. Remember that this offer is just between now and next week Saturday is when we are starting this cohort. So it's between now and Friday. Sorry, between now and Thursday. Okay, so it's between now and Thursday, right? That you get to do this you get to apply for this. Okay, so that you enjoy this offer. So is it up to Thursday? Please confirm. My growth guy, is it up to Thursday? You can unmute yourself, please, so that I want my guys to
yeah, the offer actually closes this weekend, actually, because we are on a limited capacity and we have almost filled that up. So anybody who is going to take up on that offer needs to take it up as soon as possible, latest by tomorrow or maximum Saturday, if what's it called, if you want that. However, if you know you most likely you can reach out, book a clarity session if you have any question. Tomorrow will be the last clarity session for the week. So if you have any question, please reach out latest by tomorrow for us to be able to speak and walk you through what you'll be benefiting or more details, answer your question. I would recommend please don't wait beyond tomorrow.
Awesome. Thank you very much. You see, that was why I said, please, I need you to come in here and straight it up. Okay. So guys, please, I wouldn't want you to miss this. Like, I wouldn't want you to miss this. I want you to join the bandwagon now so that you pay $299, pounds, so that you save 201. That's a lot. That's a lot, guys. That's a lot. So please join now so that you pay for this. And then if you need more clarification, please go ahead and fill the clarity form to book for clarity. Okay, to book for clarity session. But if you want to make your payments now, fantastic. All right, you can see my email. Please, you can always send your message to my email. All right, which is chinyere@amdari.io. It's just as simple as that. Okay, you can reach out to me if you have any question or something, or you can also reach out to this very email here, which is finance@amdari. Okay, but best option, guys, best bet and best option is to book for clarity. Okay, you can book for clarity, or you send a message to finance@amdari. Okay, they will be so fast to respond to you. Okay, they'll be so quick to respond to you. So you can send them an email if you need any clarification or anything. Now, another fantastic thing is that this 299 pounds is not a one-time thing. You can pay it once if you like, and you can also do a multiple payment for it. You can do an installment style payment for it. All right, so that it doesn't feel choky or anything. You can use the instrumental method to make your payment. All right. So, okay. Mide, yes, please.
Yeah, Bernard asked the question, said he wants to pay instrumental of £100 now. Yes, Bernard, we can pay instrumental of £100 now. Use the link.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you very much. Thank you for capturing that.
Yes.
Please go on.
And also, Bernard, do you belong to any of our groups?
Hello?
Yes, Bernard, please go on.
Okay, I was in your meeting last. That should be last 2 weeks. So I want to make my instrumental payment now. So
Awesome.
All right, no
All
problem.
right.
If you encounter an issue, you can reach out to the person that's been dropping messages on the group.
the what is sent to me is this meeting, and I've already done this meeting before. So if you can send me the payment link, let me just go ahead and do that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm paying
All right.
100
I'm sending.
now.
All right. I
Okay,
will send the
so
payments link in the comment section now.
Okay, please.
Hello,
all
Chinyere.
right.
Can I?
So yes, please. Go on.
Because, yeah, I think the messages in the box, in the box, I think that form, I'm unable to click on it. I don't know what happens. Maybe I don't know. Can I chat to privately? Maybe after the program.
Okay. You said the message is where, please, so that I will get what you're trying to achieve.
No. No. You know what happens? I want to ask some questions.
Oh,
That might not be
okay.
on this platform.
Okay. Fantastic.
I know we are on
Okay.
both same platform, so I'm asking if I
Yeah.
can chat to privately. Maybe after the
All
program.
right. Okay. You can send me an email to my email, or Mide, is the clarity form shared, or is that the one you said you're unable to open?
Yes.
Hi,
The creative form.
Okay.
Oluwaseun. Do you belong to any of our groups?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, please. Can you send a message to any of the admin on that group?
Okay,
Sorry,
I will.
not any admin person that's been sending message on that group. Then we can, if you want to speak to
Yes. I think it is
Chinyere
one of the.
specifically, we can pass you along to the person. But send a
No
message to the
problem.
person that's been sending message on the group.
No problem. I will.
And
Thank
please,
you.
you can send me an email as well, so that I'll follow it up as well. All right.
Okay, no problem.
All right. Chinyere at Amdari.io. That's all.
Okay.
All right. Awesome. Okay. So if you want to make your payments, we have the link in the. Like I said, please ensure you fill the form. All right. Ensure you fill the form so that we'll share this PDF file with you. Okay. So you just click here to make your payments. It's friendly, it's user friendly, it's very straightforward. Okay. You go ahead, it will bring you to this place, payment registration form, or if you want to chat with somebody, you go ahead and chat with somebody. Okay. If you want to secure your spots for either data analytics, data science, or data engineering, or data business analyst, to go ahead and click on one of them. But as a data engineer, please, I'll be going with data engineering. Okay. So now apart from so this is where you make your payments. Okay. This is where you make your payments if you want to do a one-time payment or 2 months installmental payment, or that of first of all, I need to change this to pounds, right? It's in Naira, or say we are using UK. What is happening to my eyes? I think I need my sunglasses.
You can search for it.
Okay.
British pounds. That's it.
What's going on?
You've seen it. You probably did not take it. British pounds. You see it's British pounds.
All right. Thank
Yes.
you. Okay, so this is it. If you want to make your one-time payment or twice, or you want to divide it into 3 places, you can always go ahead and tap on the one you want to go with, or this or that, anyone. Then secure your internship. It will take you to a place where you put in your cards or however you want to make your payments. Okay, so that is it. Like I said, it's just very user friendly on how to make your payments. Okay, guys. Let's go back to our slide. Awesome. So, guys, how many of us are going to be booked? I mean, how many of us have put the clarity. Yes, Mide.
Bernard has a question for you in the comments.
Oh, okay. All right. Link not opening. I want internship for project management. Awesome. So if you click on that and this thing is there, all right? The payment thing is there.
It's not opening. I tried clicking on the payment link. It's not open. It's not responding. Not even copying.
Really?
I thought
But
I was
it's
only the
opening.
only person having
Oh,
such
why?
issue.
Mide, can you fix that?
I
Because the
think
one
it's
in
for. I
the
think if you join with your mobile device, you may encounter that kind of issue.
Yeah, I'm with my mobile device.
Oh no, no
okay.
wonder. Hi Bernard, please can you send a message? Any of the groups that you are in, there is an admin called Loti. You can send a message or to the admin that has been sending message on the group. They'll send
I'm
you the
not in
link
any
immediately.
group. It's just two people that shouted me up. So if you can add me to the
Okay.
group, that's it.
Let me drop you my number on the comments so that you can reach out to me.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Please, not only Bernard, every other person, you can always you can copy the number or save the number so that you reach out to him. Okay. But you can as well book your clarity session. Okay. So how many of us will be joining us next month? Please, guys, I need a reaction. I need a thumbs up. I need some reaction that you've enjoyed this session and you're ready to jump into the program with us. You guys are not reacting. All right. Thank you very much, Shun. Thank you. Nuhu, thank you. Awesome. Believe in me, guys, this program is something nobody should sleep on. Like, it's promising and it is something that you not regret. Like the testimonies that we have, that is not even in this PDF file that we shared with you. The many testimonies that we have is that most of the specialists will tell you that what I am gaining is way higher than what I paid for. This is not me trying to sell Amdari, okay? This is me being real, okay? So whatever amount you are budgeting for this, and you think, okay, let me try it, guys, it is worth it, more than enough. Okay, and also before we used to run 2 months and 3 months and 6 months. People that join 3 months end up extending it to 6 months because they don't want to leave. Okay, that's just to tell you how good this is. So this slide we shared with you. So please try to fill the form, try to fill the attendance form so that we'll share the slide with you, okay? So that you watch the video, the testimonial videos, and also see the testimonial slides as well, okay? And for payments, the link is also there for you. For clarity, you also get the link to book for clarity, okay? Any question, guys? Any question? Are we still together? Are we still together, guys? Please, I want to see excitement. I learned something today. I am going back a better data engineer or a better data scientist. I now understand how collaboration work in a company and all that. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Any question before we call it a night? Any question, guys? Any more question? Are we all good? Are we all good? Awesome. Thank you very much, Nuhu. Thank you, Nuhu. Okay, is it only Nuhu that is good? Chukwemeka, what about you? Noah, I want to know, are you good? Are you good? Are you good? Okay.